The nuclear family, if the parents consciously ensure the kid doesn't feel lonely and doesn't miss out on stuff, they become more better parents. They'll be able to build a better connection with the kid.
And then now they're familiar with the city. Maybe they like the lifestyle there. They like the education that's available in the bigger city. They like they want the opportunities that they're gonna get in the bigger city.
For a career-oriented person, it's easier when you have people around to help you out, raise your family or your kids, or look out for your family.
I think
right?
having the right supportive kind of family is more important, whether it's nuclear or joint family, when it comes to career.
Welcome to another episode of Squaretable Conversations, where we talk about topics that matter and give you our take on the topic. And today we're going to talk about the changing dynamics of families.
So earlier, we've seen that in India, we mainly had a joint family setup where all the family members would stay in one ancestral home, and that was the custom that was followed. Nowadays, we see that it's more like a nuclear family setup that is popular. It might be due to many reasons, because people are moving from their hometowns, shifting to other cities, and nuclear family is the only way it can work out, or it can also be because of their personal choice. But we see that nuclear families are increasing. So how do you think this family setups, the different family setups, affect a person, their personality, their profession, and the society in general? So, see, earlier joint family setup was working out. I mean, it is a good system, but now that people are, especially when you look at it from job perspective, everyone wants to have a good career and everything. It is difficult to be in a joint family because you're answerable to so many people, and you will have to do work for so many people in the household.
Okay.
So there might be chances of some clashes happening, and over here, obviously, you'll have to, when you're concentrating on your career, you'll have to shift cities. That is another thing where it might get difficult if you stay in a joint family. I mean, it is difficult to stay in a joint family if you have to shift. Even if it is not without choice, you'll have to shift. So that is one thing.
Okay, so that's mostly career-wise that you're talking about, right? So, honestly, shifting or not shifting is completely like the personal choice, correct? Now, there are a few companies that give you, working from home, or you occasionally have to visit office. That's becoming popular as well. If you look career-wise, then being in a joint family or being in a nuclear family definitely plays a role. So you meant to say that if you are more career oriented, then it's easier to have like a nuclear family, which I don't think is the right step, because let's say for a career oriented person, it's easier when you have people around to help you out, raise your family or your kids, or look out for your family, right? So now when you're in a joint setup, what happens is everybody knows what each one does, and they accordingly adjust, right? But when it comes to a nuclear family and you are career oriented, everybody starts questioning your every single move. Or if you want to go up the ladder, you still have to think about every single thing, every single member of your family, as in your children and your, let's say, spouse, correct? But that is not, you don't have to take that hard choice or decision when it comes to a joint family. Being in a joint family is more favorable for a career oriented person if you have a good and a supporting family. again, somebody who doesn't guilt trip you in saying that all you're doing is working on your career. No, you're not looking after your family. Those kinds, I mean, that's like a hindrance again. But apart from that, if you have like a supportive a family, then it's good for your growth. It's meant on the mental front also, like mentally also, it's more peaceful. You can do what you're doing, and you can help around whenever somebody else in your family needs the same support from you.
Yeah, I agree with you because even like when I go out to work, I have my mom and others in my family who actually do the other things for me, so that it becomes very easy for me to go out and work and all those things. So yeah, if we have a supporting joint family, then I think working will be much more easier. And as you said, we do have remote work and hybrid kind of work environments now. So it it is not like you have to shift to a new place and work from there, and you must be in a nuclear family. But at the same time, I feel like having the right people in your family is very important, because even if it is a joint family, and then if people are expecting only you to do all the work for everyone and then go out and work and come back and do everything at night again for everyone, all the cooking, all the looking after things and everything, if they are expecting you to do everything, that too in a joint family, then it will become double.
You can't solely run an entire
Yeah,
joint family, correct?
it becomes double the effort, and that applies to nuclear family as well, I think, because if the wife is going out and working all day and the husband has work from home and he's not doing anything at home, then I mean he is, of course he's working, but he's also not helping out with anything, and she's only expected to go out, come back, do work at home. Then that is also difficult. So I think having the right supportive kind of family is more important, whether it's nuclear or joint family, when it comes to career.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so when it comes to career, I think it's more of what is more logical and what is more viable for the person that they do. Because if we look at it, most of the population in cities right now, it's people. Very few of them have originally been there, or they've been here for generations or things. Most of them have moved from smaller towns, have moved from villages, or maybe even from other cities. So it's more like, even if it's a hybrid model of work, they would still have to move to the city to go to office on whatever days that they're supposed to go to. So I think it's more of like, in that case, only the kid, for example, the kid would move and the parents would stay back wherever they're originally from. It's very rare that the parents would also move along with the kid. So it's more a matter of, so here, and then the kid is already in the city now. They might work there for a few years. Maybe they might start their own family in the same city. So it's just a matter of, and then now they're familiar with the city. Maybe they like the lifestyle there. They like the education that's available in the bigger city. They like they want the opportunities that they're going to get in the bigger city. So it's more like a matter of the resources, the opportunities, the overall thing that they might like better in a city, and that is why they've moved here. So, and now it's become a nuclear family, not as a way of saying, okay, I'm going separately, and that was not the intention, but for their career, maybe for the education, maybe they came to the city for studying, for a college, for a degree, and they've continued working there, and now they're building their career in the city. So I think it just happens as a more logical step, a more logical decision, rather than like, oh, I'm going to go away and start a family. That might not be the intention that they start out with.
Yeah, makes sense. But what I'm trying to say is, I think the whole concept of, the nuclear family started when the guys, or the ones who are working in the family, thought that wherever I'm moving, I need my family along with me, for all reasons possible, right? Because back in the days when you were in the joint family and there was like the sole uh, breadwinner of the family, he or she would be the one who would move out of the household, go on for the family, and visit the family. So your family, as in your spouse and your children, would be in the familial home, and they used to the kids would be what you'd raise your kids among your cousins and among like the family would grow. That's how the household worked. But later on, I think when people wanted to make the move, the breadwinners also wanted their family along with them, and they didn't want to go back and just be like a visitor. That's when all of this, the concept of it's not breaking a family, but it became nuclear. But then it also affected let's say there are siblings. If it's a single child, that's the whole different concept. Because if it's a single child, then the entire family is willing to move, right? Unless they have their own careers, like they are working and such. But apart from that, if let's say it's a sibling thing, now the parents have got to do a choice between which kid are they going to move with, or where are they going to move with, or which kid is the one that requires more support than the other. Again, a tough choice for the parents to make. So yeah.
Like you said, I think earlier it was more like a family business. All the men in the house, they would
Correct.
look after a farm, or they would have a family business that they would look into. I think after all this corporate culture has
Culture, yes.
come in, people have to shift cities or countries.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, they don't have a choice, and obviously their immediate family will have to make a move with them. That has become the norm these days. So it's more like a necessity than no choice, I would say.
Correct.
And even if this is might not be ideal, you can look at some brighter, like at the good things a nuclear family can provide. Because let's say thinking of it like from the child's perspective, it is obviously good when they're a kid if they're brought up in a joint family with other cousins. But a nuclear family, if the parents consciously ensure the kid doesn't feel lonely and doesn't miss out on stuff, they become more better parents. They'll be able to build a better connection with the kid than in a joint family.
Correct.
It'll happen only if the parents consciously make an effort. If they're not like very busy and everything, they ensure the kid gets the best. That way, I feel the kid can also get benefited if they're in a nuclear family. They'll be able to have a better connection with parents.
So, okay, let's just ask you this question. What do you think are like the positives or the negatives of being in like a nuclear family versus a joint family? For, let's say, personal growth,
Okay.
be it the child or the seniors.
See, the pro is that they're not answerable to many people. In a joint family, everyone would have. You'll have to ask permission from everyone if you want to do something. In a nuclear family, maybe the number of people you'll have to consult before you have to do something is simpler. So that is one thing. And another thing is that if there's a kid in the family, let's say, all the attention of the family members will be on that kid. They'll think about what is best for the kid. In a joint family, the attention is more divided.